What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Awesome Nerd Show. I am Zeo, bringing you some Super 7 ThunderCats Ultimates Wave 1. So this is a brand new set from Super 7 of the ThunderCats, and Wave 1 here has Lionel, Panthro, Mumm-Ra, and Jackalman. So all very cool looking characters. Of course, have to start with like the main two, so of Lionel and get Mumm-Ra, so you have to have a good guy and a bad guy. Always got to start with those two. And then you get like two sidekicks for them, so we got Panthro to go with Lionel and Jackalman to go with Mumm-Ra, so pretty cool for that. And I think these figures look pretty good. They're not perfect by any means, but I think they did a really good job. Of course, these are more expensive figures, so you hope, you get a little bit better quality with the price. And I think the look of them looks really good. They have really good movements and articulation. Not too many issues, just little minor things here and there I'll probably point out. But overall, they just look really cool if you just see them standing here like this. I think it's going to be a cool looking line as we get more. They've announced up to 4 waves so far, so we're just starting off with the first one here. And so we're going to look at each figure, of course, and check out all their accessories. But I did want to show off first the box that they come in. So usually I start with the box, so just doing something a little different. But on the box here, it's just mostly an all black box, has a red bottom that says like the name down here, so Lionel for this one. But it's got the ThunderCats, has the big logo there, the Eye of Thundera thing, and then if you slide it off, you can see, that's where the figure would be on the inside. I like the whole black and white design there on the back. It looks really nice, the big ThunderCats there again. But if you flip it around, we then get a picture there of all the ThunderCats, of course the classic cartoon from the 80s, and we've got the ThunderCats there, and then some bad guys there in the background, all sorts of stuff. So it looks very cool, and each one has a little story. So there's like Lionel's there, and then of course there's for each character. So just a very cool looking box overall. On the top it says Ultimates, if you can barely read that in there, but just a very cool. I thought the box looked pretty cool and I wanted to show that. But let's look at the characters, and of course we're going to start with Lionel. So of course Lionel is the leader and lord of the ThunderCats, so he's the big main guy, so he's the guy everyone cares about. And of course he's a Thunderian, so he has a lot of like the cat features to him, I guess, since he's like a lion and stuff, but they're all different sorts of cats. He's like a lion, so he's got a lot of features, of course, with like his hair being the main, and just the way their eyes and everything are designed just looks really cool for these. So there's a look up close. You can really see the face. I think it looks really good. I like the whole design. Of course, like I said, it has the hair. There's the mane like the line. I love the eye designs with all like the shadowing. Of course, would be like he's got some eyeliner on, but this time it's supposed to pull out those line features. Has the little line going down his face along with the eyebrows there, and then he's got the lighter color there around his eyes, and especially there around their mouth, pretty similar to what lions have. And then he's got the darker skin tone. He has got the blue armor on, which is classic for Lionel. Big belt there with the Eye of Thundera, and the blue boots to match the rest of his armor. But then we got some cool accessories on him. So on his one hand we have the Sword of Omens all stretched out and everything with the Eye of Thundera there, so it just looks very cool. Very awesome looking sword altogether. I like the blue color added there on the handle. It looks very awesome along with the eye there. And then we've also got the claw shield, which of course it's labeled as a shield, so it works as a shield. It can do reflections and everything, and this is the gold version of it, so when he puts it ready for battle and stuff, it turns gold. So we have that, but we'll see the other versions with the other accessories. So just very cool, and of course can do all sorts of stuff, but he mostly uses it in battle. So he's got a shield and his sword there, and on the side we have it as a holster, so it has the Sword of Omens as a dagger. It's all nice and small there, and then you can really see the circle there, looks like the eye and everything. So it's as his dagger, and then he does the ThunderCats, oh, and then it stretches up and goes into the actual Sword of Omens, so that's really cool. But then the claw shield just acts as a holster as well, so it can be, this is it in the gold form as well, and I like this more. You can put the dagger in there, but of course if he's got the sword and shield in his hands, he doesn't need this on the side, so you can just pop it right off. But it's still a cool little accessory to add onto it there. But before we look at the rest, let's go ahead and look at the movements here. So the head can move back and forth, so up and down, not too bad, and it can twist around there, so it can twist all the way around. Then we go to the shoulders, so the shoulders come up 90 degrees there and can rotate around. Then we got the bicep twist that twists around, and a single elbow joint that just comes up about 90 degrees. There's not a whole lot, and the wrist twist around and flex back and forth. We then got an ab crunch, so we got a crunch. He can crunch forward and crunch back. Not a whole lot of movement, but he does crunch. And then he's got a twist at the waist, just right here above the belt, so he can twist all the way around there. And to the legs, the hips do come up a little bit, not very far at all. I don't know if it's part of like this underwear here that's not allowing it to move up, but it doesn't come up very far. And then out to the side, he can pretty much do the splits. And up in there, you can kind of see it barely in there. He does have a little bit of a thigh twist too, so his leg can twist around. And that goes to the single knee joint there, that it comes up again to like the 90-degree angle there, so not a whole lot of range. He's got a shin twist right at the top of the boot in there, so it can twist around. And then we got the foot that flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So for his other accessories, of course, we already have the Sword of Omen and the claw shield and the holster you already saw. He comes with another head, so this one's got an angry face, so he's got his teeth showing. You can see his pronounced canines there and everything, and he just looks a lot more angry. So you can switch the heads out if you wanted to there. And we get more of the claw shield, and of course before it turns into gold, it just looks like a normal lion's hand. So we got this one here, and you can see it's pretty similar. It looks exactly the same design, everything. It's just all fur, so it's got a lot of hair designs and everything into it, and the claws there look more real. So that's just a fun little thing you have there that you can obviously take and put onto his hands. And it's pretty cool. If we had this one on, it does also have a slit right down here in the side, so you could take like the dagger here and then just take and slide it in there. So if it was on his hands, he could just take and slide that in there, so he has it there on his hands instead of hanging it there on his belt. But if you wanted to hang on his belt, he comes with that as well too. So he has the fur claw shield, and then it has the sword just built into it. You can't take this one out. It has the peg here to attach it onto his belt, which I think this one has a little bit of issues. They did the holes wrong because you can't really get it on there at all. With it, we'll probably have to stretch the hole out and make it a little bit bigger just to get it on there. So that's unfortunate that the hole's messed up and can't get it on. He also comes with a bunch of hand accessories. You get 4 additional hands here that are kind of hard. They have all different stuff, you know, like grip hands, a little bit open grip hands. He has a claw hand, and just different versions you can switch out to do whatever you want to switch up his hands, you know, be able to hold the sword and all sorts of other stuff. So that's pretty cool. He comes with all those. And finally, he comes with the Book of Omens, which is pretty cool. So the big Thundercat book here that contains the secrets of the Thundercats' power and their history all contained within this book. So that's pretty cool. Looks all nice and gold, has the Eye of Thundera there. So just pretty cool book altogether. And that's really all we got for Lionel. I like it just the way we have it with the Sword of Omens and the gold claw shield. I think that looks the best for him. He has a little bit of issues with his feet, like being loose, so it's hard to get him to stand. I always have to like get his legs bent and everything just so he doesn't fall over, because he keeps wanting to fall forward, so that's unfortunate, but still looks very cool overall. And next up we have Panther, and he's considered the strongest and most aggressive of all the Thundercats, but he's also extremely intelligent and a master mechanic, and he looks pretty cool as well. I always don't like his colors too much just because I think he doesn't look much like a cat, of course with Panther, so I assume he's sort of like a black panther, but I like the other cats because they're just, you know, brighter colors with the yellow and the brown skin types. I just feel he doesn't feel like furry enough like compared to the others. He just seems like a hairless cat or something. But other than that, I always thought Panther was pretty cool, and so it looks awesome here in figure. So there's a look at his face. So again, he's got these big ears that again don't really look like a cat's ears. They look more like a bat ears, but he's got the same sort of eye design just like Lionel. So he has that same cat design again with like the white around his eyes and there around his mouth as well. And his body is the all gray color as I mentioned, and he's got some like whiter there on his chest. He has blue armor as well, and especially here up on his shoulders he's got the spikes, so pretty cool for that. But with the Eye of Thundera there, and then the blue boots as well. And I like how he has like the toe on him, so that's pretty cool there. And as you can see, he comes with his weapon of the nunchucks. So he has the nunchucks here that have like the little claw hands on the bottom of them, and they have the blue and red on each side, and it has a nice chain here that we have wrapped around him as well. So that just looks very cool. Big old set of nunchucks there that are awesome, and he's ready to kick butt. But for his articulation, I assume is going to be pretty much the same as Lionel. So his head can there twist side to side and all the way around. He can look up and look down. So again, they have range, but it doesn't really move too far. The shoulder comes up 90 degrees and can rotate within there. He's got the bicep twist, the single elbow joint that just comes up 90 degrees, the wrist that can twist around and flex back and forth. Then he's got a little bit of an ab crunch in there, but again with his arm and stuff, you don't really get too much, so he just moves back and forth a little bit. Twist at the waist once again. The legs come up about 90 degrees there, so his come up much higher out to the side. Of course, can probably do splits. Thigh twist up in there. A single knee joint that comes up 90 degrees. No shin twist or anything on this one, but the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side as usual. So just like Lionel, he comes with a bunch of accessories. He has a face here that's, you know, like an angry face or a screaming face. Once again, you can see showing his teeth and everything with the canine, so it looks very cool. He comes with a bunch of hands as well, just like Lionel, you know, all sorts of different grips and grasps and everything, which are cool. As I mentioned, he is a mechanic, so he comes with some mechanic gear. So he has a pair of goggles here, which I assume just slide onto his face. So yeah, just like that, which looks like pretty cool actually. And then he also comes with a welding gun and a wrench to fix stuff, so that's pretty cool for that. He comes with a thunder meter, which I don't know exactly what it does. I think it's for like tracking different stuff, but it looks pretty cool there. It looks like, you know, weird like metal egg and everything, but that's pretty cool. It comes with it. He has a detonator. I assume to obviously blow stuff up, so you can see it's got the little plunger that you push down and blow stuff up, and a little screen and everything, so that's pretty cool. He comes with that again, probably just to blow stuff up. He also comes with the key of Thundera, which opens the Book of Omens, which is cool, and it's a little bit bent up because of the packaging, kind of bent it up, so we have to fix that, but it looks pretty cool. As the Eye of Thundera there, so just pretty awesome looking gold key. And then of course he has more stuff for his nunchucks, so he comes with just this blue stick that also has a red attachment that goes onto it, so you can just take it and stick it on there, and then it kind of spins around a little. It doesn't really do too much, it kind of just sticks on. But we've seen this with like the neck and Ninja Turtles for Michelangelo, but it's pretty cool. It has this thing you can attach onto it, so you can get rid of the ones in his hands, so you can kind of do an effect like that. So it looks like he's holding one end of the nunchuck and swinging the other around. It's really cool. It doesn't swing like I showed how like the Michelangelo ones do with the NECA Turtles, but it's also really heavy and weighs down, so it easily falls off of the peg, so it just easily falls down, and you know, it's just got this little peg here. I don't know if you can see it just a very short looking peg there that just goes right in, so it easily just falls off. I have to like get it really pushed in there to even help get it to stay in. And of course, if it touches really any part of him, it bends it out and just falls off and everything. So kind of unfortunate it doesn't work too well, but I think like that there, it looks really good, like it is, you know, actually sort of like spinning it and stuff. So that's really cool. He comes with that as well. So it's really cool he comes with that as well. That just looks awesome there for Panthro. And our next figure is a Mumm-Ra, which of course is the main villain of the Thundercats, and he's just pretty much a mummified demon priest that you can kind of see with his design, especially as all the mummy wrappings and everything there. It just looks awesome. But he's known to have unlimited knowledge of evil, black magic, and sorcery, so he's a very evil guy altogether. So it just looks pretty cool here. So we have the cloth cape. He does come with a plastic cape, which is what he comes on in the box, but we thought the fabric would look a little bit better, which you can get it to pose around because it does have the metal wire in it, so you can get it to, you know, pose around and bend and all sorts of fun stuff. But it just seems like there's a little bit too much fabric in this to really be able to do much with it, because like it's fun to like get it posed around, but then you just have so much fabric you're trying to figure out how to mess around with, so you have to just kind of bunch it up in the back and everything, and it looks kind of weird. So I think overall the plastic would be a little bit better, but then it also limits his movement, so you can't move him nearly as well because of all the thick plastic. And so if you also didn't tell by the beginning, he's really short too. Of course, this is his main form, so he's kind of just, you know, like a little tiny person, but here's like him next to Lionel, so you can see there's a much of a height difference there. But overall, I think it looks pretty cool. Like I said, the cape could be a little bit better, and then of course, especially with posing, you can probably get it to look better. But overall, you can see he's got this grayish color skin, and it looks like a dead mummy and everything, especially with all the mummy wrapping. Just looks perfect for mummy with the red eyes and the mouth there. But he's all just wrapped up as the mummy. Then he's got the blue skin and blue feet there, as you can see. So other than that, he just looks like a mummy otherwise. And then we already gave him his doom staff here, so it's just a nice long black staff that has like the head of some sort of creature on it. You can see the teeth are all red, the eyes are red, and then he's got horns up on there that are red as well. It just looks pretty cool. So it's pretty cool staff overall. I think it looks perfect for an evil villain and stuff. It reminds me a lot of like Skeletor's staff though and everything, but just looks very cool to go along with Mumm-Ra. But we'll set that aside and look at his movements here. So his head can twist around there, can twist all the way around. You can look up, look down again, not a whole lot of range of movement in there. His shoulders do come up about 90 degrees there and can rotate around, but some of these wrappings are attached, so you can't really get a whole lot of movements. Like this one here is there, so you can't like move a whole lot. But he's got the single elbow joint again that comes up just the 90 degrees there, but it has the twist in it, and then his wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. He doesn't have any form of ab crunch or anything. He's just always hunched over there, like his back is kind of curved forward. But he does have a twist at the waist, but again, with all the mummy wrappings, they're all tied together and attached. You can't really move too much. His legs do come up 90 degrees there and out to the side, can do the splits. Doesn't seem like he has any thigh twist or anything there. It's just all solid, but he has the single knee joint that again doesn't move too much just because of the mummy wrappings on him, so he can only bend up just a little bit there, but it has a twist in it as well, so he can do the little boogie. And then the foot can flex back and forth and twist side to side. And so for accessories, we already got the doom staff there in his hand, but he comes with an extra head there, so again his mouth is just open there like he's laughing or doing a spell or something, so that's pretty cool. You can switch that out. He comes with, it looks like one extra hand. I thought he'd come with more. I thought we maybe lost him, but I don't see him anywhere. But he comes with one extra hand. It's more of a looser grip hand. Oh, here's another hand. Finally found one. So there he has more of a grip hand there for his opposite hand now. And then he also comes with the sword of Plundar, but he's got the sword handle here for it with nice little snake heads and stuff, and usually there's blades sticking out, which I assume don't appear until he uses it with the ever-living form, but we got at least the handle there for the sword of Plundar. He comes with another book of omens, but this is, I guess, considered like a fake or something. It's an all brown color, has even some speckles in there, as you can see, but otherwise it's the exact same book, just different repainted. He also comes with this Thunderanium urn, which from what I could tell was just the Thunderanium metal, so the metal that's used to like attack and kill the Thundercats. It's like one of the only things that can really hurt them. So beyond the being an urn, probably just containing stuff, and you know, with sorcery and everything, the metal was just the most important thing I found out about this. And finally, we have the Rosencrantz medallion, which of course you could pop his head off and put this on, but this grants the wearer incredible abilities, and Mumm-Ra ended up stealing this from a person named Zax and trapped his essence inside of it, so it kind of forms like a little Z in there with that in the inside, so that's pretty cool. That Mumm-Ra just stole, and he now comes with it in a toy. So overall, pretty cool for Mumm-Ra. He's not exactly the easiest to stand and then get posed around, especially with his cape and everything, just finding a good way to do it. But I think just standing up here, it looks really good overall. And our last character for this wave is Jackalman, and he is one of the evil mutants of the Evil Mutants group, which we'll get more characters for as we go on. But he is also the leader of all the Jackalmen from Plundar, so that's pretty cool. But he's considered mostly just to be an obedient lackey, and he's very cowardly. So overall, I think he looks pretty good. He looks a lot like a cat to me, like a lion or something, just the way his face. I know he's a jackal, but I don't really know what a jackal is, so I have to like look it up. But he just looks mostly like a cat to me, just like another cat. So I feel he should be with the Thundercat. But besides his cat-like features, which I think think look pretty cool. He's got a piece of armor here with a piece of armor there on his shield. He's got an armor on his arm that looks like cheetah skin. He's got a loincloth that's made of like leaves and everything. Look, some bands there around his legs. And then he comes with a club here in his hand, which is pretty cool. It has a nice spike on it. So overall, I think he looks pretty cool. But just another henchman bad guy to go with your set. For his movement, so his head there can twist side to side and all the way around. Just a little bit of issues with his fur, but he can look down, look up, you know. Again, it has movement, just not very much. Shoulders come up 90 degrees, can rotate, but it has this attachment of fur and stuff here that gets in the way. But he has the bicep twist and a single elbow joint that comes up 90 degrees. Wrist twist around, flex back and forth. He has an ab crunch there, you can see, so crunch forward, crunch back. Twist at the waist there that can twist all the way around right above the belt. Legs come up 90 degrees, it looks like, out to the side, can do the splits. Thigh twist in there and a single knee joint that comes up 90 degrees. Shin twist right at the top of the band there of his leg, so it can twist around in there, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So overall, again, not too bad. Again, just a henchman, but I like him with the design, you know, kind of what I was talking about with Panther. He looks much more like a cat and then has all the fur designs and everything into him that I really like. And of course, he comes with more accessories, so he comes with a face here that is in with an open mouth, so like yelling or screaming or roaring, whatever. So he comes with that open mouth if you want to switch that out. He comes with 2 additional hands and more of a relaxed hand and a grip hand to switch out what he currently has. And he has the club already, but he also has a big battle axe, so nice big old battle axe here that looks pretty good. Has a little bit of issues here, look a little bit of like factory error there, but nothing too much. But it looks pretty nice overall, just pretty much a stick with an axe on the end of it. And with him being a part of the mutants group, he also uses guns, so he has all sorts of guns here. So there's a big gun here that looks kind of like a potato gun or something, but I think this may be a net gun that it shoots, so you can, you know, capture the Thundercats. But he also comes with a blaster gun like this that looks like just a little blaster, and then more of a gun here. This could be the net gun as well. I don't know what all these guns are, they just have different things, but it's got a nice square design with like 2 barrels in there. It looks pretty cool as well, so you can give him a gun as well, so he can now club and shoot up some Thundercats. So that's it for the first wave of the Thundercats Ultimates from Super 7. I'm pretty impressed with them. They're not perfect figures by any means. Like I said, a lot of them have issues standing up, so you have to just get their legs adjusted and everything. They just have really weak joints pretty much, especially on the feet. So that's a little bit of fighting I'm having to do trying to get them stand up. But I love that they come with so many accessories. I think they look really good, you know, look like they're straight out of the cartoon with just all their bright and 80s colors and stuff, and just perfect match to the cartoon. So I think that's really awesome. But like I said, just minor little flaws. I pointed some out. There's some others, like a lot of like joint splitting. So like there on Lionel's neck, you can see like his neck is kind of like splitting apart. So that's just one little thing. That's on a couple different figures with some like joints they're like splitting apart. But you know, I don't really know what to do for that. But I just think overall they look pretty good. Like I said, they are more expensive, so you do have to pay more for them. But I think for what you get, you pretty much can't do much better. So let me know what you thought of them though down in the comments down below, and hit that subscribe button while you're down there if you want to see the other Thundercat Ultimate Waves when they come out. But thank you all for watching. I hope you stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in the next video.